Jai Gurudev, in the previous discussion, we touched on the Sattvic diet and its connection to mindfulness and meditation. But one of the big challenges in actualizing these principles is food discipline. We know what is theoretically right to eat nutritious, plant based whole foods with gratitude, yet many still struggle to practice this. Can you speak about how wisdom and spiritual practices such as yoga and Sudarshan Kriya help in instilling this discipline? That's a wonderful question, as you rightly pointed out. While we may know the theory behind a sattvic vegetarian diet, translating that into consistent action requires a deeper shift, a change in our mindset, emotions, and habits. The art of living emphasizes that food discipline isn't just about physical self control, but about connecting with our higher self. When we combine the knowledge of what is good for us with the wisdom gained through spiritual practices, it becomes easier to make the right choices. Let's break it down. First, the meditation, especially practices like Sudarshan Kriya, is essential because it helps us understand the connection between our thoughts, emotions, and physical body. Often we eat based on emotional triggers or stress, not out of true hunger. Sudarshan Kriya helps clear mental clutter and emotional imbalances, creating a calm, focused mind. This centered state makes it easier to make conscious decisions, whether it is eating or choosing the right food. Yoga asanas, like physical practices like yoga asanas, strengthen our mind body connection. When we engage in asanas, we cultivate awareness of our body. This awareness is crucial in food discipline. We begin to sense how food affects us, how certain food energizes us, while others might make us feel sluggish or anxious. This heightened awareness of our body's reactions help guide our food choices. Wisdom of Ayurveda, the art of living, integrates many principles from Ayurveda, which teaches us how food can affect our physical and mental states. According to Ayurveda, food should be in harmony with the three doshas, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, and we should eat in alignment with the seasons and our body type. For instance, in colder months, we might crave warming, grounding foods like root vegetables and soups, while in warmer months, lighter foods like salads and fruits are more appropriate. Gratitude and intention. This is where the spiritual practice comes in. The idea of eating with intention, infusing the food with gratitude and love is key. This is supported by scientific research into the power of positive intention and its impact on food. Studies like those done by Dr. Masaru Emoto have shown that water and by extension food reacts to the energy we project. When we prepare food with love, it is not only becomes a more nourishing meal, but also enhances its bioavailability, helping our bodies absorb the nutrients better. That is fascinating. So, in essence, it is not just about choosing the right foods, but also about creating a holistic environment for eating, one that involves mindfulness, intentionality, and emotional balance. Could you elaborate on how modern neuroscience and behavioral psychology support the idea that our relationship with food is deeply connected to our emotional and mental states? Yes, indeed, there is a growing body of research in neuroscience and psychology that highlights how deeply our mental and emotional states influence our eating behaviors. Modern psychology, especially in the field of mindful eating, underscores that food choices are often influenced by emotions like stress, anxiety, or even joy. Neuroscience of cravings research has shown that food cravings, particularly for unhealthy foods, are often linked to dopamine release, the brain's reward system. When we are stressed or unhappy, our brain seeks comfort in high sugar, high fat foods to trigger this feel good response. This is why Sudarshan Kriya and meditation can be so effective. They reduce stress and recalibrate the reward system, reducing the emotional need for unhealthy foods. Emotional eating and mindfulness. Behavioral studies have found that mindfulness based practices can reduce emotional eating. Mindful eating teaches us to slow down and eat with awareness, paying attention to not just what we eat, but how and why we eat. When we eat mindfully, we can break the cycle of eating out of boredom, stress, or habit. It enables us to focus on what the body truly needs. Gut brain connection. Neuroscientific research also points out the gut brain connection, the idea that our gut microbiome affects our mood and emotions. A healthy diet rich in sattvic plant based food supports a balanced microbiome, which in turn supports our mental health. This is why food choices are not just about physical health, but also have a profound impact on our mental and emotional well being. Self regulation. Research in self regulation shows that practices like yoga and meditation increase our ability to manage impulses. Eating is often driven by impulse, whether it is reaching for junk food out of habit or emotional cravings. However, practices that train our minds to be more present, like meditation or pranayama, breathing techniques, enhance our ability to make conscious choices. Even in the face of emotional or environmental triggers, these scientific insights are powerful in showing how our mental, emotional, and even spiritual practices can directly influence our physical health, including our food choices. However, with so much information available online and in scientific literature, it can be overwhelming for individuals to know where to start. What would you recommend as practical steps for someone looking to integrate sattvic eating with mindfulness into their daily life? It's absolutely true. There is an overwhelming amount of information out there, and it is easy to feel lost. That's why it's important to start small and build sustainable habits over time. I would recommend start with awareness. Begin by tracking your eating habits when you eat, what you eat, and how you feel before and after meals. This simple act of awareness can reveal a lot about your emotional triggers and eating patterns. Also, practicing gratitude before every meal. Take a moment to express gratitude for the food in front of you, whether it's a prayer, a mantra, or just a silent moment of thanks. This shift in perspective will bring mindfulness to the eating process and slow down. Make a conscious effort to slow down and eat slowly. Take time to chew and savor your food. This will not only improve digestion but also help you tune into how your body feels as you eat. Integrate breathing techniques. Incorporate simple breathing techniques or Sudarshan Kriya before meals to center yourself. You can also practice deep breathing during meals to stay present and avoid overeating. This helps quiet the mind and brings you into a state of mindfulness. Choose a whole fresh foods. Transition towards a whole food plant based diet that supports clarity and energy. Incorporate more fruits, vegetables, and legumes and whole grains. Avoid processed or fried foods that lead to sluggishness or emotional imbalances. Create a routine. Having a regular meal times creates discipline and helps avoid overeating or random snacking. The body thrives in consistency, so try to eat at the same time every day. Practice self-compassion. If you slip up or find yourself eating out of habit or emotion, be compassionate with yourself. Food discipline is a lifelong practice, not a destination. The goal is not perfection but progress. Incorporate yoga and meditation, a daily yoga practice, even if it is just for 10 to 15 minutes, along with regular meditation will increase your mindfulness and make you more attuned to your body's needs. Yoga asanas help with digestion, and meditation helps reduce cravings driven by stress. That's a great advice. It seems like the journey to food discipline is not just about adhering to certain rules, but about cultivating awareness, integrating mindful practices, and making small conscious changes over time. To close, what would you say is the deeper significance of practicing food discipline in our spiritual journey? Food discipline, in the end, is not just about physical nourishment. It is about treating the body as a temple, respecting it, and giving it the best fuel to serve our spiritual growth. When we eat with mindfulness and gratitude, we bring the sacredness of awareness into every meal. The discipline of choosing wholesome foods, practicing gratitude, and aligning ourselves with our deeper needs helps us cultivate a sense of harmony, not only within our bodies but in our hearts and minds as well. By integrating food discipline into our spiritual practices, we are essentially creating a mind body soul connection. This is the true essence of living a balanced and fulfilling life. As the ancient wisdom says, you are what you eat. By consuming pure, nourishing foods, you become pure, vibrant, and connected to our higher self. Jai Gurudev. Thank you.